this is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP. We're looking at the MACDs, the moving averages, today's support, resistance and pivot levels and the Fibonacci's. It is Tuesday the 21st of September. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against the US dollar, looking at the hourly candlesticks, another particularly bearish start to the day here following yesterday's sell-off. Going to see Bitcoin move through the pivot at 44,306 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 46,046. Plenty of support is going to be needed for Bitcoin to break back through to 45,000 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of a broad-based crypto rebound and rally, Bitcoin could target 50,000 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 49,066. Failure to move through the pivot would bring the 38.2% fib at 41,592 and the first major support level at 41,286 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should avoid sub 40,000 support levels. Second major support level sits at 39,546. Looking at the MACDs, widening of the bearish histograms at the turn of the day. That's coming off the back of this morning's sell-off and yesterday's late pullback. So look out for a further widening there to pressure Bitcoin further. On the MAs, also bearish signal, 50 pulling back from the 100 and the 200, suggesting further downside ahead. So key would be to move through the pivot at 44,306 and back through to 45,000 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will remain in play. Moving across Ethereum against US dollar, tracking the broader market, bearish start. Going to need to see Ethereum move through the pivot at 3078 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 3245. Support will be needed for Ethereum to break back through to 3,200 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of a broad-based crypto rebound, Ethereum could target the 23.6% fib at 3369 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 3513. Failure to move through the pivot would bring the first major support level at 2810 back into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should avoid the second major support level at 2644. 38.2% fib at 2740 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, widening of the bearish histograms at the turn of the day, coming off the back of this pullback and morning sell-off. So look out for direction there. More significantly, however, on the MA's 50s pulling back from the 100 and the 200, suggesting further downside ahead. So key would be to move through the pivot at 3078 and back through to 3,200 levels. Failure to do that and support levels will be in play. Litecoin against US dollar, also bearish. Going to need to see Litecoin move through the pivot at 162 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 171. Support's going to be needed for Litecoin to break out from 165 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, could see Litecoin target at 23.6% fib at 178 and resistance at 180 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 185. Failure to move through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 148 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Litecoin should avoid sub-140s. Second major support level at 140 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACDs, widening of the bullish histogram at the turn of the day, but very narrow, so no direction really from the MACD. So keep an eye on that through the early part of the day. More significantly on the MAs, bearish signal, 50 pulling back from the 100 and the 200, suggesting further downside ahead. So key would be to move through the pivot at 162 and move back through to 165 to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will be in play. Finally, looking at Ripple's XRP against the US dollar, also bearish. Going to need to see Ripple's XRP move through the pivot at 0.9487 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 1.0223. Plenty of support is going to be needed for Ripple's XRP to break back through to 1.0 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 1.04991 to cap any upside. In the event of a broad-based crypto rebound and rally, Ripple's XRP could target the second major resistance level at 1.1236. Would need plenty of support, however, to break out from the 38.2% fib at 1.0659. Failure to move through the pivot will bring the 23.6% fib at 8533 and the first major support level at 0.8475 into play. Barring another extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should avoid sub 0.80 support levels. Second major support level sits at 0.7739. Looking at the MACDs, narrowing of the bullish histograms at the turn of the day, so look out for a possible bearish cross On the MAs, bearish signal, 50 pulling back from the 100 and 200, suggesting further downside ahead. So key would be to move through the pivot at 9487 and back through to 1.0 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will be in play.